Hello, I am Centimus Prime, and here I will be unboxing the LEGO Star Wars set number 75372 Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack. So starting off with the packaging. So here we get a good look at the front. Now, as shown, we do get a nice, we do get like a nice, we do get like a nice display of the set itself. Right here, illustrated on the front, looking very nice. Down here, we do get, do get like this random like Ahsoka style clone trooper thing. And down here we do get a nice look at a nice lineup of the figures included in this set. Yeah, very nice. Four clone troopers and 5 battle droids. Very nice. And up here we do get the LEGO logo, the Star Wars logo, and the recommended age, the number, the name, and the number of pieces used to build this set. Now take a look at the sides. Here is a look at this side. Not much going on. We do have our one-to-one we do have our one-to-one image of a clone trooper right there. Then we move on to this side. Here's how it looks on this side. Here's how it looks on this side. And here's how it looks on this side with a little bit more of this set from this side. With a little bit of this set from this side. And so looking at it from the back, we do get to the LEGO and Star Wars logos again, set number again. And we do get like we do get a different display of the set illustrated here on the back, as well as some like play features illustrated up here with like flick fire missiles and like stud shooters. Very nice Disney logo, and a couple of these push tabs here to allow like even little kids to open the box, which is all right. Absolutely, it's neat. And so with that, let's now get with the package already. So with the packaging all, let's just get this open. So get this open, slide this up and down. Now let's move the camera down so we can pour out the contents of the box, and then let's set the box off to the side. And so here we have this. We have three separate bags of parts, as well as interesting. Okay. This, despite it being like a pretty small set, like relatively like not that large of a set, it has 2 separate instructions. Like this one is just the build. Yeah, this one's just the build. This one has like the win thing, you can win, as well as the parts list, as well as the advertisements for other sets. It's weird how it only has advertisements for 2 different sets yeah, it's weird how it only has advertisements for 2 sets and one of them is this exact set. And the other's like a so like Lego Juniors kind of Star Wars set. It's an odd one in terms of the instructions, but yeah, like that's still neat. So we have 3 separate bags. Let's go ahead and start with bag 1, shall we? Just pouring out the parts. So already we do get a bunch of Clone Trooper minifigure pieces. Do get parts in this bag for 3 separate three identical Clone Troopers. Like aside from like weapons and stuff, we do have like some nice pieces, like some like nice basic pieces like these. Got some snot pieces. Very nice. We do get. Oh, we got like this nice little like. Ooh, we got this nice little like crate. This nice little like crate thing going on. A couple of these more modern stud shooters. Do get a bunch of at least a couple of these Star Wars like rifle pieces. Here's like a more sniper rifle looking thing, and these ones are more like your standard blasters. Very nice. We do get like a couple of these sort of like triangular tile things going on. You get like some bar connections and some very nice. These sort of do get a couple of these sort of candle pieces in black. You know, parts in here are interesting. Not a whole lot going on here. Here's a look at everything here in this bag. Not a whole lot, but it's still like pretty neat. So we can go ahead and move that off to the side so we can take a look at the next bag. So getting that open and pouring that out. Here is the second bag, and we can easily tell that this is where we start getting our giant droid turret thing. So we have like parts for the legs. Do get these pieces, these sort of rounded pieces, which are really neat. Very cool. We do get a little bit of Technic in here, so that's nice. Very nice. We got some nice dark blue pieces. Got a few of these translucent red cones. Got this, which is an interesting thing. So this is like the cylinder piece, but the 1x1 like cylinder brick, but it's in this nice like translucent sparkly, this nice translucent glittery looking pink color. Interesting color. And aside from that, it's just more like small like gray pieces and small like various gray pieces. Not a whole lot going on here. Here's a look at that. Yeah, again, not too much going on here. Yeah, just a bunch of your little like gray pieces. Still interesting, I think. And here's our bag number 2, which, by the way, this is bag number 3. Here's our second and final bag. Oh no. So let's go ahead and pour this out. And this is indeed the only bag that has a separate baggie of parts. And this one has its own baggie. So let's go ahead and look through the parts here first. So we do have this nice like clear dish piece. Very nice. We do have the parts for our fourth clone trooper. In this case, it's the one with the red accents. And here is where the parts for the droids are. So here we got like the bodies for the... We do get bodies for the battle droids and for the super battle droids. Not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. We do get legs for both. We do have we do have heads for the regular droids, not for the super battle droids, because they have their heads molded into the bodies. Do get a couple of these pieces, which are interesting. Those are interesting pieces. You get a couple more dark blue pieces. Do you get nice like slope brick? A couple more like clear pieces. We get a couple of these studs with the bar hole connections in them. 2 of those in clear, and one of these sort of pieces in this nice trans clear color. Yeah, very nice. And the rest is like more basic things. Oh yeah, we do get like a few like arms for the super battle droids and regular arms for the regular battle droids. And like a couple of these guns in gunmetal. That's interesting. Yeah, like aside from that, it's just your like basic things. Very nice. Not much going on there. But here is this. Our final baggie. And in this baggie we have mostly smaller pieces. Like we do have 3 separate arms for the regular battle droids, where the arms included in like just the bag itself are more straight. These ones have more of a bend to them. So there is that. Do get another one of these guns in gunmetal, which is weird how it's packaged separately from the others, but okay. A couple of these small blasters in black. Ooh, we got a pair of these like fancy like Star Wars like binocular pieces. That's cool. A couple of these triangular tiles in the darker red. Got some cheese wedge pieces in dark blue. Got this boat piece in dark gray. This piece in dark gray. And then everything else is like pretty basic. We got a couple of lightsaber hilts in the lighter gray. We got the trigger mechanism. We got like the sort of trigger for the stud shooters. Which reminds me, here's another one of those more modern stud shooters in gunmetal gray. This is the one with the minifigure hand hilt, whereas the other ones included in here have the anti-studs and stud in the back and stud vertical in the back. This one has the stud facing out and facing more horizontal. Yeah, those are like interesting stuff, and there's everything else in there. Very nice. very nice. And I can go ahead and like mix everything else together because it's not that many pieces. It's not going to be that difficult to go through. Yeah, like with that, there is everything. There's all the pieces included in the set, and there's a nice variety of gray pieces. There's a good bit of there's a nice amount of these like droid pieces that are going to be really nice to put together. The clones are obviously also pretty good. Also, like nice little bits of both dark red and dark blue. So that's also pretty nice. So overall, this is a pretty good bunch, just a pretty good like bunch of parts to like mess around with for like mock making and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like there's definitely interesting pieces to mess around with in here. Overall, this was pretty good. I do enjoy this. But, uh, but I am of course going to be putting the sets together and like going to be reviewing that at some point. But until then, I think that'll be it for this unboxing. If you enjoyed this video, consider to like and subscribe and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.